You want some juice or something? Orange juice? Heck yeah. We got orange and apple. I have been drinking a lot of apple. I don't know. I think I slept weird. I don't know what I did. I'll ask the lady in a week from today. Today's the 28th. So on the 7th, I go see the chiropractor again. Early. Oh, I love it. I love it. Oh my goodness. I need to make a chiropractor my best friend. Oh my goodness. That's so cool. Yeah, I don't know what I did. I did something. Yesterday, last night, in my sleep. Yeah, it's hard, Mom. I had that big old king size bed. That makes you want to tear up. You know, these are the things that I miss from my 3D life. I miss that bed, and I was gonna build another one, but the wheels, I think they got left behind in Arizona, so there's nothing left. So, just have to find a new one. But it was cool. It had a ledge around the outside, and all the animals could like use it as a liaison to get up on it, and then the cats would all walk around it and stuff. So I don't know, it's and it had these really cool wheels on it. And I remember picking it out because we grew up so poor. I didn't have I never had new beds, new dressers, we didn't. And most of the time we had to move around so much, we'd leave stuff so much, never got attached to things. We've gone without so much. It is amazing to me the stuff the junk, the landfill that people fill their lives with. They fill it just with junk and nonsense. We just have always packed light. I guess I always recognized from a very young age, 15, 12, 13, we're spiritual beings having a human experience. And it's a weird experience what people do with their humanity. There was a comment this lady wrote on Twitter about how let's see. Just a loving soul visiting Earth and exploring being multi-dimension. You are the universe experiencing itself. See, we're getting more of this stuff. Because the metaphysical world, people are looking more at it. So it's getting bigger. Because more people are looking at it. And it's always been a part of my life. I've never, fully engulfed myself in anything else more than this ideology of what people are looking more at now. All right? So, where was it? They really make it hard to find just like the most obvious stuff. Like they just said, they posted something and I responded, and then and then there's like where's the original? Here, let's see. Now I gotta find it. Where is it? Yeah, it was okay. I can't find it. But this person was like, in 2 days I found money. In 2 days I found money, right? They were gifted the abundance of money, right? And I said, okay, with that glorious gift of abundance that you have received, What are you doing with that? Right? What are you, what are you, how are you going to share with somebody else? What are you doing for somebody else? That's what I asked. And they're like, and they're like, oh, it's a gift for me and my daughter. Now, you were a single mother with 2 kids, growing up with after they mutilated, after you had way worse stuff, done than anything that happens to people these days. Everybody's so sheltered, lives in a fucking bubble, right? So, it's just, even if you give somebody $20 on the street, something. I'm not saying give it all your money away, but I'm like, you were given this gift. We are vessels of God, right? She could have been a miracle answered to somebody else that needed like $20 to get that bus ticket to go back home, or $20 to get that car parked, to get their car fixed. They don't have to walk to work in the snow anymore. Something like that. That's all I was talking about. But I'm the asshole, right? Because I ask questions. Okay, you were given this gift. What are you paying forward? Oh, it's just for me and my daughter. Gift stops there. Booyah. Hi, my name's Marge. I'm a Heyoka empath. I just like having these little talks on the way I feel about things. And that's the point I'm trying to make. Rose. So I didn't mean to confuse you a bit with my comment when I said, what did you do with that? See, because, me and Ma, our basic needs are, we live so below our means, right? That's what I try to do. So, and I don't even get what I deserve from the nation. Neither does Mom. My compensation doesn't equal my aptitude, right? But you can't get anybody that gets paid to just do their job to answer the freaking phone. So I have learned to adapt to go without. I have learned to go without because the system in this nation has failed for so long. We just kind of, and solely relying on God. So, anyway, that's all I was trying to, maybe buy somebody a hot sandwich or something. That's all. But you had to take it there. Whatever. Maybe that's how you really are. Okay, thanks for letting me know. That's why I don't follow people like you. I don't follow a lot of people because people are trite, man. People are so basic. They're so poster on a freaking, on a doctor's office wall. People, that's about as deep as people go in society these days. So, anyway, what else? Didn't mean to confuse you there. Charity begins at home. And who are you talking to? I've been taking care of Mom 15 years. Ain't nobody that I know come in and say, hey, Marge, you know what? I'm going to stay with your mom, hang out while you go take a weekend. Nobody ever done nothing like that. Nobody I know. And everybody knows how hard it is. The system isn't made to help people. The system is made to freaking weed people out. That's what this is. I have a little notification up here tomorrow that Apple sponsors notifications calendar. I don't fucking give a shit about this. I don't go by their calendar. Happy New Year, soon year. And it says calendar, first day of Women's History Month. Well, let's talk about women's present. Because the present is the gift. Truly. Let's talk about all this stuff, how we aren't equal still. How all this stuff we can't do. How we don't have control over our own bodies. How men who have no business speaking on any kind of freaking female freaking affairs. Freaking, as far as I'm concerned, only councils of women should be making decisions on women. And only women that are born as women. I'm sorry for all you guys that have remnants of your past lives that you're so attached that you can't let it go. And just absolve what you are. And just be what God make you. You have to go and do that crazy mad science. You're going to have to keep coming back and learning the same lesson. So I hope you find a good surgeon. And soon, our consciousness will just be programmed into monkeys anyway. So, You won't even have to die to remember anymore. You just download operating system into a new monkey. So, God, man, people just don't care. They don't want to think for themselves. People don't want it. They just want to be shuttled or shipped around. Just tell me where to go. Tell me what to do. I was like that for a while. I think until I was like, I don't know. There is a window in there. There is a window of obedience and compliance that I fell into to play games. And that's what it all is. Like, you have to act a kind of way to fit into a kind of way to play. That's what you do in the military. That's what every job you interview for. You know, how am I going to act like it? And you get to a point, I think, if I don't know, if I got to a point, I don't want to play those games anymore. And I can't freaking be anywhere and act anywhere, not even within my own family. How many times have I had the same conversation with my brother, and like, it's like how long do it's like a game. It's a game. How quick before I say something into the conversation and he's trying to direct, no, that's not how it is, says every government politician ever, when things are exactly how I'm stating. Or I state something and I'll be like, that's true, but that's not what they mean. You know, and it's just like, they change their mind all the time. That is what is so hard. They're having all these, like, bureaucrats in New Mexico, man. This place is freaking this state might as well be run by the freaking cattles in the field. I swear, man. Of all the places I've ever lived, dumbest people ever run New Mexico. It's just all a bros club. Like, Espanola is getting its third. Espanola is a small little crap town. They're all small crap towns down here because they all put money in their pockets so they can buy vacation houses in other places to get away from all the junk in the field here, because they're all corrupt and selfish and greedy. And I'm sure that other people can experience their bureaucrats where they live too are like that. They say that they're going to do stuff, you know, but their actions don't line up with their words. So Espanola down there is getting its third fire department, and it's just money laundering. It's all money laundering, you know. And here it's just like, okay, give them, you know, all right. I'm 47. I've never called the fire department because I needed them. How many other people can say that? You know? So, I mean, they privatized everything else. Why don't they just bill the people that use them and leave the public out of it? Because most public doesn't freaking use them or need them. And how about weight standards? How about weight fitness standards? You know? Why should we have to? We pay for their trucks. We pay for their pensions. We pay for their freaking eating their emotions. Because every time I see it, they're at the store, you know, buying freaking top of the line meat, getting the best ingredients. Because, you know, that's what they deserve. And there are very few fires here in Taos, New Mexico. You know, you just got to always be ready. The liability, the impending of things that could happen. Yet they don't help the people that things have already happened to. It's lame. And these are the things that people are waking up to. How ridiculous it is. You know? They don't freaking fix the roads. They haven't maintained the infrastructure. They keep buying themselves, you know, they keep moving around into bigger houses for themselves and buying themselves bigger vehicles and nicer vehicles for work and for home, you know, but that don't trickle down to everybody. And it's this selfishness that is going to come to a head, and it's going to pop like a big, dirty, gross zit. I'm just going to hang out and watch. Yeah, I don't care if the polls flip. I don't care. You know, I really don't. Yeah, and millions and billions of people are gonna die and all this stuff. You know what? That's the cycle of life. That's how life works. That's why people have to live good, clean lives. So, you know, if they face possibilities of catastrophic events, they can look back at their life and be like, you know what? Boy, I sure am glad I wasn't a D-bag, because I'm about to meet my maker. People don't do that. They just continue to live their life from their ego, totally neglecting their spirit and being obedient and being having some sort of self-discipline. How many people on this planet don't have self-discipline most all of the time? They're always going around doing what they want, when they want, with whoever they want, you know? I just saw an article about how that dipshit Kardashian, who cares about these people? And so many people care about these people. And she just landed in a $95 million freaking private plane. Because they all travel in planes like we spent 11 hours on a Greyhound bus to appease a judge in a courtroom that I'd never fucking met, to feed a system so gross fat rich dudes can, it's always to satisfy the fat rich guy. It's always to freaking get his wiener hard. It's always to freaking supply his whiskey in his drawer. All of it is. It's disgusting and it's gross, and when is it gonna die? Do all of these old freaking men, and there's women with their mentality too. It's not gender specific. Whenever I speak, and like when people think I'm speaking in general terms of a vibrational frequency that tunes a heart to makes a person to act the way that they do. Because there is enough for everybody, but it's that greedy heart. That their shit is their shit and your shit is their shit. And see, there's some of us that know about energy and life force and stuff like that. We didn't just come across it in a pamphlet in the last 5 years. These are the way that we have been living our lives since the 70s, 80s, 60s, 50s. We're the elders that hold the language. Yeah, because a lot of I look around, I'm in New Mexico, man. I was baffled when I got to Arizona, New Mexico. I thought, I was thinking proud, people standing. Nope. Trading freedoms for casinos. Yep. It just sells stuff. Just sells freaking rugs and freaking hot peppers. Make it red or green. People freaking sold out, man. They disconnected from their spirit. They forgot who they were and being a representation of their whole lineage, not just their freaking local. See, this country has no culture because this country killed culture. The culture in this country is beer swiggling, freaking more fat dudes, freaking, I'm a man. Let's go watch football. It's stupid. Sports are stupid, man. And it's 2022. You ain't stumbled across Zach's channel at some point in the last, I don't know, however many years, 7 years he's been doing, however many years he's been doing this. Sports are rigged. So your ignorance is your bliss, whatever. People keep living with their head buried in the sand. It doesn't mean all this stuff that I believe to be true that's happening as of so many people that I talk with have the same belief system that you don't see on the. The only time you see it on the media is when it's demonized or we're looked at as crazy people or stuff like that. When there's just years after, oh no, they don't sacrifice human beings. No, that doesn't happen. That happens in the freaking White House. It happens under the White House. It happens under the Pentagon. Why do you think they have the shiny marble everywhere with drains all over the place? You ever wonder why there's drains everywhere? Huh? People, no, that doesn't happen. It's all a bros club. It's all secrecy. See, that's why I could never be invited into a secret society, because I'd be like, this is stupid. You people do dumb things. It's only to benefit a few group, a few of you. And I ain't into that stuff. I bully the bully. Have for a long time. Because I've been bullied by... Dude, people have picked on me. I'd be walking down the street and freaking boys bigger than me on a bike would go back and forth and harass me and stuff like that. The little girl that gets catcalled, the 10-year-old that's, the guy drives by and does derogatory gestures to. I didn't know what that meant yet. But then I found out that day. just people are perverted, man. They're gross. They're dirty. Just to freaking chase sensations. Just to freaking... when you think about what sex is, it's really freaking ridiculous. When you take emotion out of it, and people don't do it for emotion. They do it... Heck, I think most people do it for power, control, dominance. How many... there's so many men on this planet, and most of them take little blue pills. I assure you that, and... They sell a lot of those little blue pills, but without those little blue pills, man, these guys can't do the same functions without being violent, without being crass, without being gross, without seeing violence. That's a sickness. They should help themselves. They can't help themselves. And we get to deal with this because they're all integrated everywhere. In every freaking police station, in every, in all these entities that are supposed to be taking care of people. I can't right now. So it's got to stop. It's got to stop. This world at some point traded in its freedom for perversion and chasing sensations. I remember when I think I was the last class at junior high. I hated Mrs. Menifee, my PE teacher. 7th, 8th grade. I hated her. They made us take showers. Like part of your grade was you had to work out real hard, get all sweaty, and then take a shower, and then get marked off the list. Well, I wouldn't take a shower. A lot of those girls I thought were pretty and cute, and it wasn't right. I knew it wasn't right. And I was always very bashful. For years I carried it as shame, and I dropped those titles because those were mostly imposed upon me. I've never really been a shameful person. I've never been carried shame. But people have just looked at me like, oh, for shame. Like if they acted how I have in my life, like they would just be loathing with shame. And I'm like, I don't identify with shame. Never really have. So I guess they've done a lot of things that make them feel that way, that they can identify with it. So they're telling me they're shameful people. Whenever people treat me a kind of way, man, that is one thing that gift that God has given me. I just recognize it. Okay, tell me how you are. Have a nice day. Take care. Bye now. Yeah. I learned a long time ago, what you do to people comes back to you. Oh, and God has a funny sense of humor. Really does. Yeah. Good orderly direction. People haven't been taking good orderly direction, and the world has gone to Babylon. It really has. Yeah. Aloha, Mod. What else is going off? Oh, he sent a voice. I'll get back to you in a minute, homie. Gematria Effect News 24 is live right now. See, and that's another thing. I'm kind of getting in a... It's like when I dip in, I like the cadence of his voice. I like what he says and stuff like that. But it's like still, you can know all the gematria, know all the codes, sitting all day, figure this out, figure that out. But what are people doing in their local community? You know what, Mom? What are they doing outside their doors to make the world a better place? You can say this person's doing that. I do it all the time. Look at that asshole. And the thing of it is when I'm pointing fingers at people, I got 3 pointing back at me. Look at that asshole. When I see jerky, snide, when I get that holier than thou attitude, when I get spiritual bypass here, or, oh, my love, see, because I don't ever live in love and light too long because energy shifts, and I don't understand those love and light people, man. That like and they just as much as I believe in the stuff I believe in, they believe in the stuff they believe in, and that love and light stuff is just like, oh, there's so much darkness, and the thing of it is people like me, we have lived through the darkness and still maintained our love and light. We still have it, A lot of people lose it. they give it up. They trade it for a bottle of whiskey, a bottle of wine. And I see people on my feed. I don't follow a lot of people, but every now and again I'll think about somebody and I'll check in with them to see where they are and what they're doing in life. And gosh, man, I'm 40, so they're like mid 40s, and these people, it's just like, yeah, they're having such a good life, right? Their life is so good. And every single picture, or maybe a 3 to 5 ratio for every 5 pictures, 3 pictures has a freaking, they're have to present their bottle of booze. It's like, hey, life is good with a bottle of booze. Life is good with a glass of wine. But you take that away. Is life still good? Is life still wonderful? Is life still glorious? People travel from this place to this place to this place to this place. Last 2 years, a lot of people have had to go within and be still and quiet. I had to do that 5 years ago. And my period of time isn't evidently up yet of it being over. But the thing of it is, Marge's merge will emerge too. It's so funny. I lived in a lot of places, and I talk about the plight with the mail here. It's like a freaking hit or miss ordering stuff. And I called it last time when I ordered from the shampoo company. I ordered directly from the company. It wouldn't recognize it wouldn't say, because I have a P.O. box, because it's where you live in a small town, man. People make up it's based on their level of lazy that day. That's what they're but if somebody forgets to pay the bill or something, they definitely keep track of that. But you get a light dusting and snow and they don't pick up your garbage for 2 days. It's just contingent on the level of lazy. And people don't have to work, or they don't. I don't know how people survive. I think a lot of people got more bailout money, and they learn to live below their means too. So they're just kind of, because everybody lives in grandma's house around here, or it's either that, or you have the tourists that have their houses here, come from Texas, wherever, Colorado, the tourists, or you have the people that support all the tourists and all the bullshit art and all that crap stuff that they have around here. So, it's not an authentic place. A place of, oh, no, I forgot all the health and healing. There are, I know some health and healers that are in it to health and healer. And then you have the retreats and the centers where all you have to, it's a la carte health, where, you get a bill for, I don't know, few $1,000s. Spirituality should be for everybody, not just for the freaking rich people that can afford it. Are people getting that yet? Huh? Are they? With all their abundance that they're getting? Everybody getting their abundance? What are people doing with their abundance? Cracks me up. I'm gonna go out and do stuff today, huh, little kitty gray meow? Little kitty gray meow. He's so cute. He's such a cute cat. And he's so cute in the morning when it comes in at 5 in the morning. He's like, hi, I'm awake. Let's hang out and have a good time. And you can give me food too if you want to. I look, you little great kitten. Oh, he said, no, I'm not in a mood. I'm not in a mood. Yes, this even came from my homeopathic mentor. Yeah. So anyway, I think I ran my mouth long enough. I was gonna go out and spread some love, some joy, some abundance. It's kind of overcast. I was gonna take the dogs to get their nails done too. Another proud, happy recipient of a Margeable. Tippin' cooks with Margeables. I guess. Yep. People think that they're the best they ever had. See, that's the thing, man. Especially when things are hard and life just kind of really seems sucky and shitty and stuff. You have a Margeable. It's just a cookie. It's just a cookie I make with love and flour. Flour and love. Flour, flour, flour. When I say flour, I mean flour and cannabis too. So, a guy, a fellow I give him to on occasion yesterday, talked about how I should set up Yelp on Margeables on Yelp. Yeah, and then how much they help us back, because people go through life so often, so much, and they just have so much physical pain. Those are the people I identify with. I've never identified people that, like, Mom, you don't have physical pain, huh? No. But you have in your life. So you know what it's like. So you've had that baseline of what it's like to be in pain and then to go to a place that isn't. Mom's never been, Mom's out earthly. Mom's a higher being than just regular humans. She's come to a place of concentration and focus that most people can't attain. And she has a level of don't pick it up that I don't see a lot of people have. And that's because she's always had a strong faith. She knows that she's been a nun in a past life and stuff like that. So anyway, why was I saying that? You've always had, so, but and that's what I achieved, to be like Mom in that respect, to have, that unwavering. My faith is strong and verifiable. I'm not going to say it doesn't ever waver. I don't have days that fear doesn't stand right up to my nose and I'm like, okay, I know you're there. I see you. I feel you. I'm going to just not pick it up. You know what I mean? It's like, we don't have a place to, there's been places that we didn't have a place to live and we had to go and stuff like that. And every step of the way, God's always taking care of us. Just doesn't mean it doesn't take the scary out for me. Yep. But so people that have had pain, you have margeable, and then it takes the pain away. It reminds your body that you can go without pain. Maybe that could be the premise, the beginning of being painless, having less pain. I know there's people on this planet that Jesus Christ has, touched them and he been healed and ain't no more problem. It's all sunny and all that stuff. That ain't my story. That story is for other people that think that that's happened too. So, yay. Good luck with your story. My story is for people that have sustained a measure of faith, sustainability, happiness, joy, loving and caring, empathetic being, and still having to continue with trials and tribulations that most people don't deal with, have to bother with. Yeah. So, more people are going to have a chance to step up to the bat. Yep. See how they're, because it's not that world anymore. Living for ourselves, it's not that world anymore. Me living for me looks like me living in a penthouse or a condo someplace, making 6 figures, Maybe I'll go see Moss sometimes, but maybe I won't because I'm so busy, in my private jet access and stuff like that.